Hi guys, this is Vidas and welcome to another training today, a Learn with Vidas session. Today I'm going to teach you about open position chords. Chords in open position. This is a tutorial in harmony and it was requested by my good friend Niels van Velsen. And hopefully everybody else will enjoy who will join it live. And today live is done from the car on the phone. So very wonderful. Everyone else who listen to us live, say hello in the live chat. That will be wonderful. We are in Goch, Pfarrkirche Sancta Maria Magdalena, Seifert organ 2015, sample set by Svelling. We need probably a montre. Yeah, and maybe the diapason from RC. And maybe a few stops in the pedal. Violon, bass, and bourdon. Like this. Yeah, very nice. Although this tutorial could be played exclusively without any pedals. All right, let's take a look at the keyboard view. Up to now, I taught you a lot of chords and progressions in closed position. Closed position meaning I play 3 notes in the right hand part and 1 in the left hand part. And the distance between those 3 notes in the right hand part is not more than perfect fourth. That's the main rule. Between the 3 upper voices, the distance is not more than perfect fourth. Could be a perfect third, diminished fourth, let's say, or augmented second, yeah, a unison, yeah, but fourth is still okay, but not more. So if we have intervals more than a fourth between those 3 upper voices, between soprano, alto, tenor, and tenor, and not the bass. Bass is separate, but between tenor and alto and soprano, more than a perfect fourth, then we have sort of open position. There is also mixed position, which could be sometimes used in 6 chords, first inversion chords, especially when one voice has a perfect fourth, another has a perfect fifth, for example, right? Or an octave, let's say. One area is from the closed position specification and another voice is in open position, right? So it's mixed. But today I'm going to teach you all about mixed and how to, all about open position, sorry, and how to build those chords. It's actually not that difficult at all if you understand the concept. In closed position, we build the chords, let's say C major chord. Everybody starts with C major, okay? In closed position, if we want to use C major chord, we actually play every chordal note in order, in this order: C, D, E, and G. D and F are not chordal notes in C major, right? So right hand would play those 3 notes, or these 3 notes, or these 3 notes in different inversion. But the bass would always play C, the root of the chord. What happens in open position is that we skip 1 chordal note in order to build this open position. For example, we have C in the bass, we skip E and play G. Then we skip C and play E. And we skip G, play C. And that's all there is to it. That's a root position chord, where the root is octave, or root is on top, right? And the distance between soprano is minor 6. Remember, more than a perfect 4. The distance between alto is major 6, so more than a perfect 4. And therefore, we need to play 2 voices, tenor and bass, in the left hand part, and soprano and alto in the right hand part. 2 plus 2. If you have pedals, then one voice in the left hand part, usually the tenor, soprano and alto in the right hand part, and the bass would play pedals. Do not, I repeat, do not play the bass both in the pedals and in the left hand part, not like this. If you play with pedals that C or C, release that C in the left hand part. One voice in the left hand part. Only the tenor, do not double the bass. Why is it so important? That's because simply if you get used to this idea of playing separate voice in the pedals, separate voice in the left hand part, then your left hand part will be independent from the pedals, and that's the major mistake that beginners church organists do. A lot of times they double the bass both in the pedals and in the left hand part. Basically treat the bass as the additional doubling voice, which is not correct in voice leading, right? You always then doing parallel unisons, right? Or parallel octaves if you're playing one octave lower in the bass, which is not correct, right? So do not double the bass in the left hand part and the pedals. You choose one version, right? Either 2 plus 2 in the hands, or pedals the bass, left hand tenor, and 2 voices in the right hand part. Hope this makes sense. All right, who else is in the live chat? Sean, nice to see you in the live chat. Hopefully you will enjoy this training, and this will be very, very useful if you want to expand your harmonic vocabulary from closed position chords, playing 3 voices in the right hand part, 1 in the left hand part, and into a wider harmonic material, more or less closely related to choir notation, right? Because those open spaces create a high range. Look what I played. This open position chord, C major chord. My soprano is C, right? What if I want to play E in soprano? Play this. What if I play G in soprano? This. With the pedals. C. Can you see a little bit of my right foot? Playing C, hopefully. I'm playing lower C, maybe I'll show you this way. Right? And left hand would only play E in this case. If you don't want to use pedals, this position, this last position, G on top, would need to be played closer to the bass, like this. And in any case, we skip one chordal note. From E, we do not play G, but play C. From C, we skip E, but play G, right? That's the root position chord. fifth is on top. Remember we played an octave on top, now the fifth. What about the third on the top? So if we build it from the soprano, skip C, play G, skip E, play C, and in the bass we have always the root C. That's basically what I played is actually 3 versions in open position of C major chord, right? So now, if you understand this, every chord in root position has 3 versions in closed position and 3 in open position. Let me repeat that on the keyboard. Right? Either this way, this way. This is the closed position. Octave is on the top. This is closed position, and third is on the top. This is closed position, fifth is on top. So 3 versions, and then octave in the top, open position, in the top, position, and fifth on the top position. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 versions in closed position, 3 versions in closed position. What about, did I say closed and closed? No, closed position, 3 versions, and 3 versions in open position. What about minor chords? Let's say A minor chord, right? Let's build 3 versions in closed position. Right. Let's say this was the first. Octave is on the top. Right. So A minor chord, closed position. 1, 2, 3. Right. Octave on the top. Third is on the top. And fifth is on the top. Yeah, and then what happens if we need open position? Open position, if a root, an octave is on the top, so we skip E, play C, we skip A, play E, skip C, play A. This is open position number 1, octave on the top. C is on the top next, third, right? Skip A, play E, skip C, play A, and root or octave is on the bass. That is number 2. Number 1, number 2, octave, third on the top. And the last is a fifth on the top in soprano. So skip third, play an octave in the alto, skip the fifth and play the third in the tenor, and play in the bass like this. That is number 3. So to repeat 3 different positions in A minor closed, 1, 2, 3, and 3 in open, 1, 2. Does it make sense? Hopefully it does. This is yeah, open position, that's all there is to it. We skip 1 chordal note if we are thinking from the soprano downward. In soprano a root, then we skip a fifth and we play a third, right? And then we skip an octave, we play a fifth, and then we skip a third and play the root in the bass. And so what happens, we still have two roots, two octaves basically, one in the bass, one in some middle voice, and then two other chordal notes in soprano and some upper voice too. You see, why do we need this? Because the melody can go higher than treble octave. Yeah, treble octave. If in the rule, when you harmonize a melody, let's say a chant, chorale, hymn, a psalm tune, a song, any kind of tune, when you harmonize a tune and this tune starts in treble octave but ends higher in the second octave, I don't know if the term is correct, second octave. In Lithuania we have first octave in the middle, from the middle C, then the second octave, then the third octave, the fourth octave, and so on. Let me show you what I mean. This is first octave in Lithuania, second octave, and third octave. And this high C is even actually a fourth octave. Right. So what we need? In English, probably this is treble C. It's, correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, if you're looking at this live, let me know how you call it this C, which octave this is. I'm not quite sure. I will call it second octave. Because this C is what? Tenor octave. And this is the bass octave. Right? So, why do we need this, again, open position chords? Because if the melody starts in this octave, in treble octave, but then goes down upwards in the second octave, right? Then we need to use open position at some point. The rule is that whenever the melody is in the first octave or the treble octave, you can use closed position, and when the melody goes higher than the treble octave, right, above the treble octave, so second octave and above, we use open position generally. So that's why we need to know how to build major and minor chords in open position. Hopefully it makes sense. So how you should approach this, how to practice, okay, your homework, so to say, until next week, right? Or maybe longer, because next week I'm actually going on a concert trip to Germany, to northern Germany on the Baltic coast. There is a town called Stralsund, and I will be playing a recital there at Jakobikirche in Jacob's Church on the 19th of September, and cannot make it in time for live streams on Friday and on Sunday. So we'll skip on the Bench with Vidas edition this week, and we'll skip Learn with Vidas session also. We'll meet with you a week from next Friday, so to say. All right, so I'm giving you homework actually for more than a week, okay, with this. And my hope is that you will actually master all major and minor chords in all 6 positions, 3 in closed position and 3 in open position for every chord. So there are 24 different keys, correct? 24 different keys. So you need 24 chords. And and 6 positions in each of the 24 chords. So we have over 100 chords, right? Can you multiply 24 times 6? Then you will know how many versions you will have to learn. Don't worry, I will not count your I will not grade your homework, that would be too much, but it's just for you. If you have time, you could do up to 3 accidentals. That's crucial. That's most commonly used keys. 0 accidentals, major minor, 1 sharp major minor, 1 flat major minor, 2 sharps, 2 flats major minor, 3 sharps and 3 flats major and minor. All those keys are crucial, right? You could find them in every hymn book, but more than that, they are often used, but not that often, you see. So of course, learn in ascending number of accidentals, not vice versa. Don't start from the 6 or 7 sharps or flats. So I will demonstrate a little bit for you how you could start learning. Okay, follow me. This is C major. So I'm giving you C major 6 versions now. 1, close position, 2, open position, 1, 2, 3. Feel free to use the pedals, but if you want the pedals, then skip the bass in the left hand part and play the bass in the pedals instead, and only tenor in the left hand. Okay, one more time. Close position, 1, 2, 3. 1, open position, 2, and 3. Now 0 accidentals, but minor. So that would be minor. The bass could be here or there, doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3. Now open position, 1, 2, and 3. You see? Now 1 sharp, that would be G major. I prefer to play it this way, closer to the other voices. So 1, 2, 3, position, and 3 in open position. 1, 2, 3. Now look, actually, in my tenor voice, B is actually too low. No tenor comfortably can sing bass B note. Tenors can normally sing up to tenor C. So what I will do is to shift it here, this chord. That is comfortable for tenors, altos, and sopranos, and even the bass. So that's what I suggest in G major. 1, 2, 3, close position. 1, 2, 3, in open position. Now, minor key, 1 sharp. Tell me, E minor, 1 sharp. Close position, 1, 2, 3. Open position, 1, 2, and then 1 flat, F major. 3 versions in close position, 1, 2, 3. 3 versions in open position, 1, 2, 3. All right, you understand. The next would be D major because it's 2 sharps. The next B minor, 2 sharps. A pair of major minor keys, right? Parallel minor. Then 2 flats, B flat major, G minor. 3 sharps, A major, F sharp minor, 3 flats, E flat major, and C minor. Okay, and so on if you have time. Up to 7 sharps, 7 flats. But do not rush. Do not go to the next key or the next version until you can comfortably play all 6 positions, right? In a given key, like C major for starters, in a slow but steady tempo. When I say slow, let's keep it 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that's your slow tempo. If you cannot do that slow, then it means you don't know it. You didn't internalize it. You haven't internalized it yet. So slow down even more and repeat a few more times until you can do it at least 3 times in a row without mistakes. Okay. No melodic mistakes and no rhythmic mistakes either. So you don't hesitate, you don't stumble. And only then you will say, oh, I know this key and I'm ready to go on to the next minor key, right? Okay, can you do this? I think it's plenty of time if you spend with a few keys every day. It would take just 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes, 15 minutes a day. If you can do this until our next meeting, you would not believe how much you have progressed. Okay, thanks so much for your support, everyone. Today is Ausra's birthday, so I'm talking a little softer now because Ausra is engaged otherwise in the other room. Say hello to the other video. I posted a happy birthday video to Ausra today, where we are playing Edvard Grieg and his in the Hall of the Mountain King together with Ausra, an excerpt from our Friday's live stream on the Bench with Vidas. It's a nice occasion. So thank you so much, Sean, who already donated or bought coffee to Ausra. That's very nice of you. So hopefully you will enjoy spending a lot of time with these 6 different versions, closed position and open position. And next time, actually, yeah, let's do it. I will do a mental note, take a mental note and prepare for you next tutorial with these chords, closed position and open position. But next step, what to do next after you learn separate chords, all the major and minor chords, pretending they are Roman numeral 1, right? Or as we say, tonic chords from the first scale degree. But then you could actually take a step further with these chords and build a little exercise out of that, but a little more advanced. So, but about that next time. Okay, thanks so much. Stay tuned. And if you are now in Total Organist community, now we have a training, Trio Sonata training part 3. So Don is welcome to our next live stream. The link is in our Discord community right now. Bye for now, everyone else. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. And stay tuned for Ausra's channel tomorrow, because we will be posting the concert or organ demonstration video from our recent trip to Vidas. We played basically 2 concerts there, and on Monday will come the first one, and on Wednesday there will be a second one, both on Ausra's channel. Stay tuned, and I wish you very musical weekend, or even not weekend, but evening and entire week ahead of you. And remember, when you practice, miracles happen. Oh, and thank you so much, Sean, for your donations. It's so appreciated, and it's so kind of you, really, right now. Thank you again. But for now, stay tuned.